Hey everyone, welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It's time for the midnight ride. And how's everybody doing out there? Whew, all right, let me get up here to the comments here. Before I jump into comments, I need to jump back to that little intro thing. I've been meaning to say this and I keep on forgetting. During the one quote, it says that the tree of liberty must be nourished from time to time with the blood of patriots, ... and tyrants. There's no ... in the original printing of it. It's just of patriots and tyrants. No spacing, no emphasis on either, but just straight on through. So I just thought I'd share a little piece out when I actually dug up some copies of the writings. All right, so first one in here tonight is Star Homestead, India. Yeehaw! And then LG was in next, and then Debs was here. Where to Begin Homestead. Scroll on down here. They're all chit-chatting here. Gear Grinding 19 came in. Then Uncle Al, Die Bullfrog 79. And where to begin? Yeah, I said where to begin. Yep. Everyone's talking back and forth, talking about stuff here. And Brenda, Duncan 1900 Homestead is in the house. CR is here. Woohoo! And Dioris is here. And let's see. And Wayne, the ungrateful peasant, is in the house. Peasant. Why do I want to put an R in there? I don't know. Too many years living in California. Let's see what else we got here. Everyone's talking back and forth. Q's in the house. Keith Cronk is in the house. Raquel at Cottonwood Ranch. I know too many ladies that begin with. So all these R's get me confused. Arr, I'm a pirate. Let's see. And there, I think I've caught up. And anybody who's lurking, just watching and listening, you don't have to comment. You know, you can be a lurker. That's fine. Although it'd be nice if you just say, hey, I'm going to lurk for tonight. All righty. And so tonight I've been busy. Today I've been busy doing stuff. I filmed a bunch of videos and I ran out of time to start editing them. And because I had the city council meeting tonight, that is going to be was almost an hour city council meeting. Usually they're about 25 minutes at the most. And it was some interesting stuff going on there. Hey, Glenn, Garden. And so tomorrow I'm going to be working on editing to get that out of the way first. Get the city council meeting posted, so everyone around town and in the area here can see what's going on. But basically what's going on here is there's this company putting in a windmill farm 5-6 miles away up on the slopes heading up to the Tetons where the wind is just blowing going up through there. And they have approached the city twice about purchasing water to be able to fill up their water trucks because they're putting in 49 miles of roadway, in around all these wind generators they're putting in. 52 on phase 1, and they're doing a lot of work up there. And the city council was, it sounds like a good way to make money at first. 3-4 months ago when we first were approached by it, and then we started finding out some of the other things they're doing, and it's like, oh man, okay, if that, if they're going to be buying water, how much water are we going to be selling to them? How much going on? And everything else, and so the city gets all its water from they have 2 wells, and so the city maintenance guy was there explaining, okay, they're going to be using right now. Each truck holds 6,000 gallons. They figure 6 trucks uh, running. That's 36,000 gallons, 10 loads. And so, anyways, and he said that's what they were just using recently before they shut down for the winter. But once they start getting into the springtime and the warm weather, they could be using upwards of 225,000 gallons a day. And everyone's going, ooh, wow, can we do that? He goes, well, if normally, he says, normally shouldn't be a problem. But if everybody starts using extra water here in town, it may cause a problem on the pump draws. But the pumps can handle it. The wells can handle it normally, so long as no one starts going overboard while we're selling the water. And then the question came up, well, how are they going to get the water? Well, then he goes over on 700 East, the road where the city water tank and pumping station is at. They'll come in from the one side, park there. We'll have a hose run out to them. They fill up their truck and then they drive out. And it's like 6,000 gallons of water in a water truck. That's a lot of weight. Is it gonna harm the road? And everybody, and light bulbs went off in everybody's head because they were thinking about selling it to them at come on, brain, remember. Oh, $6 per 1,000 gallons. And then they started thinking, well, wait a minute, wear and tear on the pump. How much does a new pump cost? And the city attorney asked, well, how much? Asked him specifically, how much does a new pump cost? And he starts going on, well, to repair the one. No, not repair. A brand new pump. Oh, $55,000. And everybody goes, oh, heart attack. Okay, all right. So I piped up. So you got to budget into the selling of for a brand new pump. Period. You got to budget that in there as a cost. If you don't have to buy it, fine. That's money to pad the water budget. In the city budget. Road. How much? They run up and down the road. That's going to break up the road. How much is it going to cost? Oh, we have no idea. Well, go over to H&K, the biggest contractor in the area, the one that does all the highways. Have them send somebody out. Do an estimate budget for replacing the road from 800 north to 900 north. To replace 700 east. All of it from one end to the other. And get that price, the price of a new pump, and then figure on how much gallons they're going to use over a 9 months period, and break it out so the city makes a little bit money above that because we're going to have to we're going to have to replace that road, and so that's what they're working on now. But right now, nobody is selling water to the company. And the only place they can get water is to go all the way down to Pocatello. You're talking an hour and a half round trip. All righty. So that's what I was dealing with tonight, and that's why the meeting went for so long. We were talking about everything, getting everything else, and what ticked the mayor off. The lawyer asked me questions because the lawyer knows my background as a Class A general engineering contractor. So, yeah. Anyways, so that's one of the things that they're looking on doing up here. And then, of course, we found out that, hey, talking about the water and stuff, that California has been buying up water rights here in Idaho, pumping that water into the Snake River, and as it goes down to the east side of the strait, pumping it over the hill where it goes down into a pipeline to go down to California. Yeah. As soon as that becomes real general public knowledge, there's going to be a conceded effort to ban the sale of water outside the state by the citizens of Idaho. Where is it? I said, where to go? Wayne said something in here. Where was that? I can't see it now. Something about birds. Killing birds. And that's one of the things that and that's one of the things in here. Let me throw that up. And that's one of the things that this is kind of here is that And the thing is, all this electricity, do you know where it's going? California. It's a company in California doing it here because they got such good wind coming up through here, and they just tie it into the grid and ship it via the grid to California. But and actually, as far as those open areas, there is not very much deer migration through there because the open areas surrounding this is farmland mostly. So the deer don't even get a chance to get in there. They're fenced off out of it. Big fences. Yeah. And the thing is, they're talking about the weight of the generators and stuff. These generators weigh like 200 tons. And now they're, the county said that the city is responsible for 800 north, which heads east to west on the south side of the town because of things and stuff. Oh, no, you're responsible for it now. We're giving you the whole thing. We're using this 1939 law when it talks about annexations. The city has to take the whole thing. Well, sorry, we did not annex it. This has been the city limits since 1903. So there was no annexation, and it was before, so they can't. So they're going to, the city attorney and the mayor is going to go down and talk to them and say, either you take full responsibility for the road, or you cancel the permit because it's city street, and we're not giving the permit for these guys to drive across the city street. Because the city streets in here have a 25,000 pound limit. Yeah. All right. So let me hop over here to the other side here and drop that down. Oh, yeah. So those that were caught me last night on Laura's and then a little bit on Courtney's lives last night, I got a new computer, tried to hook it up. It would not recognize my displays. And I had a Dell monitor, big Dell monitor that had a HDMI on it as well as the VGA. When I plugged that one in, it recognized that one, but that one has to go to this other computer which has VGA output only on. So I took it back today and said, hey, it won't recognize any of my displays, so I can't use it. I borrowed one from another computer. It recognized that one, but that one has to go back to that computer, and also it only had 2 HDMI outputs, and the guy told me it had 4. So anyways, so I took it back, but I did keep the Microsoft Office I got to put on it. I put it on my other computer over here, which didn't have it on it. Cool, Wayne. All right, so let's pop over and look at the time for the news from California. I got to take a drink before I get into this. Hey, Moon over Miami. Okay. So just like last year, California in December is having some big rainstorms. No word yet whether or not. Here's Carol.
Hey.
No whether. There's no word out whether or not the great nuisance has decided to. Oh, we're getting a bunch of water. We need to dump the reservoirs again, like he did last year. And then January and February were totally dry. Anyway, so let me get the day. Okay, so back on the 5th, that's only 3 days ago. The San Francisco Bay Area got a minimum of an inch in all the cities. Oh, later that day, the Bay Area got a 3.7 earthquake. I sleep through those. And then down by Uncle Al, there was a 4.2 earthquake in California.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, and then a couple hours later, there was a 3.9 down by Uncle Al.
Night Cottonwood.
Let's see what else we got here. And they're sticking it out there about the cold medicine shortages. that are plaguing Northern California amid RSV, the normal flu, and the surge of the red dragon.
Yeah.
Which a lot of doctors are saying,
Keith.
why are these people saying it's the red dragon? If they test, they find out it's not. It's just the normal flu.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we're allowed to say flu now. It's amazing.
Yeah, because all the news things are saying, oh, we have a flu trendemic.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, okay. So anyways, that's the other thing going on in the San Francisco Bay Area. Mm-hmm. So if you have herbal stuff, stock up on herbal remedies and stuff. You can get in there, get your I forgot to bring it out of the truck. I went by and I got my 3 boxes of Sudafed that I'm allowed for the month.
There you go.
I just got to remember.
Oh, go ahead.
I just got to make sure I remember in January, on the 8th of January, to get another 3 boxes.
Ugh, I know. I have that with certain things too.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Tibor.
Now, I don't know anybody knows much about the Theranos case, and that's that fraudulent blood testing scam that was going on for getting investors to invest in the company and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't work at all.
Yeah.
They
did a thing on her on like Netflix or something or somewhere.
They did a big thing on her, and 2 days later, boom, they arrested her. Anyways, the former partner gets a 13-year prison term, more than she did.
Wow.
Because he was the scientist putting out the numbers, and he'd misled her.
Oh my gosh.
So that was that one. And let's see what else here. Oh, this is the one that geez, we're having an outbreak of RSV. We're having an outbreak of the flu. The red dragon's coming back.
Go together usually.
Oh, California residents should put on masks for the holidays.
Of course, but not nuisance. He won't wear one. He'll go to all his parties without them.
Yeah, but this does not come from the state of California. This did not come from California. No. This came from the CDC. The hillbillies up there in the CDC.
Yeah, there's something.
Yeah.
I think the hillbillies are a lot smarter than the ones up in the CDC.
True. But I guess the ones in the CDC are practicing inbreeding. Hey, Tibor, how's it going? All right. Here's another one. Here's a shocker. I mean, this is going to shock everybody. California school enrollment drops to 2011 levels. Wow, could it be everybody trying to get the hell out of California because of the crap?
Or homeschooling because of crap.
Yeah. And then the one that just came in this afternoon, atmospheric river to hit the San Francisco Bay Area. Projections of, let's see what it says here. Read full story. Got to go over that. It's not showing it in the headline. Full story, and it says, how much are they expecting? About 2 inches of rain, and for most areas, 3 to 4 inches in the North Bay and mountain areres.
Yeah.
And it's going to hit from San Francisco going up all the way up to Crescent City.
Really, Deb Z said, did you see what she said? Who's reporting that, though, Deb Z? The CDC or local news, or who's reporting that?
Oh. All right, Tibor, there's your assignment for tonight. Get us the information on it.
Yeah. It's probably everybody that came up there from the southern area that's left open.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Oh, the local news, she said. Came from the local news.
Local news. Yeah, I
The
see that.
information.
Yeah. And Uncle Al's answer to that is
Garlic
garlic
and
and vodka.
that'll really put you down like a horse. But garlic's good for blood pressure, and then the vodka will just knock you out.
The talking about drinks and stuff like that. Doctor, I just forgot his name. Craig. Yeah, hang on, let me bring up YouTube on the side here. And now I've been watching a lot of his videos that pops. Oh, there's Ali the Piper.
Burger? Dr. Burger or something?
Yes, I think that is. Yeah.
Keto.
And
oh, wow. Of course they are in the news here.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Great. Maybe that's the next thing.
Yeah. Come on. Anyways, I was going to try to find his thing here. I was going to throw the link out for him, but Dr. Eric Berg. Eric Berg.
I was like, it's Berg something.
Yeah, Eric Berg. And he's been doing a little series here, and I've been following it. Mm-hmm. And he's talking about for dieting and limiting sugar input, and not going overboard the one way, but just using common sense and going through stuff. One of the things he says to do is stop the snacking. Humans are not meant to graze like cattle. And so he lays out in the one video, talks about it. All right, get yourself back on 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
With and from the first meal to the third meal, 8 hours. You don't eat outside of that 8-hour period.
Intermittent fasting. Yeah, he's into that.
And you don't eat outside of that.
Yeah.
Water, lemon water. He talks about certain drinks. Certain coffees are okay. Certain no creamers, unless you're going to use pure cream, real cream, because that's he lists all the carbohydrates and everything else and all the chemicals and crap. Anyways, and so one of the things he says to do when you're doing back to your 3 meals a day, before you eat, take a glass of water, put 2 tablespoons of Bragg's apple cider vinegar in it.
Do that.
Shake it up well. Then to make it so it's not so nasty tasting, put a tablespoon of lemon juice in there, and then a tablespoon of real non-sweetened cranberry juice.
You're making basically your own hydrochloric acid to help you digest all that stuff. It's also cleaning people out. They use it to clean you out and to deacidify the body.
And it helps. He goes through all what the chemicals in it do, helping the liver getting the fatty crap out of the liver, bringing the produces the insulin. I can't remember that the organ that produces it, getting it back under control, so you're not just cranking out a bunch of stuff.
He didn't say good night, Uncle Al. He said then again about midnight. He's talking about eating.
Yeah. Yeah. And anyways,
I can't do that in the morning. Yeah.
And so the thing is, I've been trying it, and actually for after 4 days, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it balances your pH levels. That's what I was trying to say, but didn't get to it. Yeah. For me, it doesn't. For me, it makes me tired. It makes me more tired.
Yeah.
And they say that there's certain people, but I have low blood pressure. So unless I'm really upset, it's pretty low. And they say sometimes that ACV will kind of, I guess, drop it. And I feel like going to sleep. So it's dropping mine too much. Plus I can't have stuff like that anyway, because I have something else.
Yeah.
Called
the one thing it says is you do it before the meals, because then it gets everything working right, so it processes the food properly.
Yeah.
And you don't wind up doing stuff. But then of course you also watch your total number of calories. You watch your total number of carbs coming in. You limit your carbs. I guess he's calling it now. It's sort of his stuff is being referred to as light keto.
Interesting.
So it's not, because it says because he's balancing stuff around. He
Yeah,
talks
and
about
I'm grateful we use the Brags if I use it for that, if I'm taking it internally like that.
and
Plus,
he said the type of lemon juice he adds to his. He listed it's Italian volcano lemon juice from on the slopes of one of the volcanoes where they got all these lemon trees. And he goes,
wow.
but I'm spoiled. I spoil myself. I can afford it. I spoil myself.
Like,
But
yeah,
hey,
his olive oil looked.
it's
His
not
olive.
it's not that expensive, and it's all natural. It's not pasteurized, so it's a little bit better. But I mean, it's like Walmart carries it. Amazon has a great deal on it. You buy 6
Dubs, you do need
bottles,
it.
and it's like half the price.
Yeah, Walmart's a great place to get Brags. They have it. No,
Yeah.
But yeah, you look for the mother.
Yeah, that's what the
I'll actually check them before I buy it. I'll look.
How
for
about just in here? Let's move it around. Let's see the mother move.
That's right. Yeah, I was just thinking that too, Glenn. Volcanic soil. I bet the minerals that those lemons have in them are amazing.
Yeah,
but I can't have that either.
Oh, you poor
I
thing.
can't have citrus and acidic stuff, so I take. I just got it recently. Dr. McCullough puts out a gallbladder enzyme, and then when I'm not taking that, I'll alternate to Garden of Life has like an enzyme probiotic with acacia fiber in it. It's a chewable, and it's made from all fruits and vegetables. It's organic, like the whole thing's organic, to help me digest things better. But anything acidic, I have to be really careful, or I'm peeing glass.
I was going to put this out there. So there's Eric's channel. But one of the things that is that he mentions on when he's talking about what things you can drink between your meal, outside of that meal window, and when he's talking about I think it was the coffee. He was talking about if you need to sweeten your coffee, use stuff like from monk fruit.
Yeah, I have that.
And and something else he listed. I can't remember what it is.
Erythritol. Erythritol is one of the ones they use, something like that, the word. The only thing is you want to make sure it's organic, because a lot of them come from GMO corn.
Yeah.
So they're like throwing that stuff out there like, the bee's knees, like, oh, we got another thing to put corn in.
Yeah.
So you see it.
They put bad corn juice in.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we just have to powder it and they'll eat this stuff up on their diets. Yeah, I've used the cayenne pepper in my chicken soup. Like, I like to put hot pepper flakes in. What I really like and wish Dustin would make again is that devil's dirt that he made. That's great in chicken soup and spicy.
Just keeping an eye on the channel.
Wow, Tibor. Yeah, you don't need to eat that much. I think, too, the biggest thing is moving. You've got to move to clear out the junk.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part for me.
When he was talking about the 8-hour period, 8 hours for 3 meals, and then you cut it down to 2 meals in 6 hours. And then it was down. If you want to do some hardcore weight loss for a couple of weeks, you cut it down to 1 meal, or 1 meal and a smaller meal in 4 hours. So you have the bigger meal first.
I've seen him explain it. I would have to do 2 meals. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I could. I mean, like 3.
And he says you don't jump from here to here. Take a week or 2 or 3 to work your way through it. Get your body to metabolize right and do everything else. Otherwise, it's going to fight it.
Creative redundancy. I can see that in you, that you don't stand still for too long. But if you're like super hyper and can't put on weight, you should have your thyroid tested.
Yeah.
Besides, like, unless you have ADHD and it's just part of that, but even they should have their thyroid tested when they're so hyper. That's what I want to do with Malachi.
Oh, one of the reasons, things he said about the
Mm-hmm.
taking that
True.
the apple cider vinegar, the lemon juice, and the cranberry juice, it
Mm-hmm.
helps keep you from developing kidney stones.
Yeah, it'll eat them, basically. If it's calcification,
Yeah,
fine.
it kind of
I'm not
stops.
sure about the oxalate ones. I don't know if it would eat the oxalate type.
Well, supposedly what he said, it doesn't eat them away. It stops the production, or it brings the
Stops them
production of something back into
from
balance,
eating.
so it's not producing the stuff that creates them.
Mm.
So it was. I mean, I got it saved to my I started a new YouTube folder,
Yeah.
playlist,
Mm-hmm.
medical weight loss.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah,
What did I miss?
let's see. Your message. This is true. No reason to retract it.
I
Uh-oh.
didn't see it. Did he retract the one that he just made? Oh, maybe he just to correct it.
Yeah, AP2E.
That's all. He just wants to correct it.
Sustainable and considerable amount of damage, permanent injuries will wreck your metabolism as well. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So will stress.
There, he put it back.
Just
He put it back in there a little bit.
unrelenting stress can do that too. Because your cortisol never drops if you're just under chronic stress.
Yeah. Wayne,
Yeah.
back when I first got married, actually a long time before then, I mean, I weighed 150 pounds from my junior year in high school till after several years after I got married. So I'm in my mid 30s, and I could eat just about anything, and it was my body processed it, gone. Ticked all the guys off at work, and because their wives are having them diet because they're getting the belly and stuff, and I'm 150 pounds, and I'm bing 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 ricochet rabbit going around everywhere doing everything, and then I got rear-ended while sitting at a red light, and screwed up my back and everything.
Yeah.
And that it really just screwed up my whole life.
That's
and
horrible. Sorry.
My metabolism within the year had totally changed.
Mm.
So yeah. I did not connect the dots till Wayne put that out there.
Really? You didn't?
And not that it was the accident that caused my metabolism to change. I thought it was
it shifted it.
Yeah, I thought, okay, hey, I'm 36 now, or 30. I'm body's making changes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, Tibor, I bet I need to start walking. Because after Mom, then I'm dealing with my sister calling and wanting stuff. Like, there's no stuff. It's just stuff. Like, there's nothing to give you.
Well, there's boxes.
I listened to a really good teaching today. It was about, I came from a Christian lady, and she was like talking about the difference between like forgiveness, not the difference, but she was talking about forgiveness, trust, and how forgiveness doesn't mean like a reunification with that person. It just means you're not going to seek to harm them. You're letting go of that and letting God deal with that person. But if they've broken your trust, then they need to earn it back. And if it's a situation where they've broken it over and over again, it is okay not to, reunite with this person,
right,
or family member or friend, whatever, and just be like, I forgive you, but we're not going to have a relationship anymore. Sorry. Yeah. Just proving yourself that you're not a safe person. And those kind of relationships too will cause you to put on weight because they just wreak havoc on your stress hormones, especially if it's a family member. Because you're
you wind up stress eating and you don't even realize it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you lose sleep. And if you're not getting your correct sleep too, that can throw you off.
Yeah.
That's how I started gaining weight, was I wasn't sleeping when my dad got sick and he was getting worse. all of a sudden I couldn't go to bed until after 4 in the morning. Like around 4 in the morning or after. I just couldn't go to sleep. Insomnia got way worse from the stress of like how to get to him. That was part of it, was they were in PA and I was in Florida. So yeah, physical and mental, because our body doesn't know the difference between pain, emotional and physical. The brain doesn't know the difference. That's why if you take sometimes stuff for physical pain, the emotional pain too dulls down. That's why people end up addicted to opiates and drinking. Yeah, drinking too. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, they're toxic, Deb. That word gets overused, I think, though. Like, it's really, they're just messed up, you know. Just
I think a better term of bad relationships are acidic.
acidic. Yeah, sure, acidic. They wear on you and wear on you. That's, yeah, I like that. But yeah, toxic too, Debs. That's, yeah.
All right, CR is still here. Is Uncle Al still here? I'm just thinking of something. I want to throw the link out there. Have anybody else come up here?
Whoa, wait a minute.
Sifting some soil and more. Hey, how's it going? Oh yeah.
Oh wow. I'm so sorry, ungrateful peasant. That's awful. Was that connected to strep throat, if I can ask you? Was it that heart virus? I thought when you said about coffee, it might have been tachycardia because I had been having that lately. Hey, sifting some soil and more.
LG, yeah, you could call bad relationships poisonous too.
Yeah. Yeah, they can be. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, Ambien's one of the worst. Yeah, I can't take any of that stuff, Tibor. That's the problem too. Benadryl is about the only thing I can take, and then that shrinks your brain. So don't really want to go that route. Once in a blue moon, I'll take kids Benadryl, dye-free, lowest dose for a kid, like 5 ml, just so I can sleep when things are bad. And then I also have my pot chocolate, but I only use that for the same reason, when the anxiety was high with dealing with mom. Because I don't understand like the whole thing with that. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't want to feel out of it. I have to be with it to be a mom and do other things. I get it though, for cancer patients, they need it. Does a lot of good for them and stuff. But the whole thing where it cures everything, I don't know. I'm not there yet on that. I guess there's just extremes. And that's one extreme where it's like, it cures everything.
No.
Yeah. It's for my fibro pain, it doesn't really touch that. It touches the anxiety, which might help a little bit with the fibro pain, but yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, no, it's not creative redundancy. And also now they found that it was one thing they allowed pregnant mothers to have, and it causes ADHD. And that's what they call it now. It was also called ADD. But yeah, it's bad for your liver, and they're not telling us the whole picture. It's a pretty strong drug to be an OTC, actually, as far as side effects. And then the other one will rot out your stomach if you take it too much.
What can you say?
The ibuprofen. Hey, Passamaquoddy. Thank you.
Hey. All right. Passamaquoddy.
Yes, after I had.
Okay. It was connected to a combination of
wow.
Terrible marriage. I don't know. I have no right to preach this to everybody, but I'm just from my personal experience. When my wife and I got married, we realized we're two headstrong people. She's Scottish, I'm Irish, and we made a pact.
Sorry, Debs.
Not to let us ruin our marriage. just to be, we're going to be stubborn about things, but the one thing we need to be most stubborn about is not giving up on the marriage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And,
that's a good thing to say from the get-go.
And they talk about the, the honeymoon's over, and marriages get a little bad after the honeymoon's over. Yeah, I went through several things and everything else, but we never, it's like,
we didn't get to go through like the honeymoon phase because we both are headstrong too. But right off the get-go, like my matron of honor went to my parents and just was like telling my mom, who's very already like hyper vigilant kind of personality, oh, I don't think he's the one for her, and oh, I don't know about him, on my marriage night. So my mom ingested all that and then spewed it back at me. And it was like, what a great way to start your marriage. It was awful.
yeah,
Poor
your matron
man.
of honor. Did she stay married? Whoever she was married?
No. You know what? She turned lesbian.
Oh, okay.
And I was trying to cut her off before that. My mom kept putting her back in my life, and I was like, there's something's there that's not copacetic, Mom. I don't know what it is, but But she showed up for me that day. She's just got issues. And yeah, she made my wedding night horrible.
It's
wow. I'm so sorry and
Janice
grateful that you went through all that. I don't know what that is though. Is that trauma? TBI? Trauma something TBI?
Undiagnosed. Not good. That's tough. I remember when my dad was going through that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gardening Warrior Q.
What is that? Yeah, man.
Ungrateful Peasant. We just got shirts that say that my daughter and I, after losing my mom, it's just a bunch of tangled like Christmas lights, and it's like, I'm fine. And then down below, it's like, everything's fine. Because we just laughed when we saw it. It was like, yeah, not. We're still celebrating Christmas, but yeah. I'm so sorry you went through all that stress, though.
So Jeremy's had rain for 5 days there.
Hey, Tennessee Tactical.
Actually, let me take a quick look back over here. So hit refresh. Oh, we got 60. But it's supposed to be clear tomorrow. Then 40% snow on 40% snow on Saturday, 90% Saturday night, 60% on Sunday, and then 20% Sunday night, and clearing up Monday noonish.
Nate had a garden.
Ooh, that looks good. That looks promising.
Oh my gosh.
Next weekend, so not next week, not this coming weekend in 2 days. Following weekend, maybe my wife will make it up that weekend if it stays clear all the way across the pathways. That has been a mucka looking good. And
that's horrid, Q. I am so sorry. What a piece of shit. Oh, I'm sorry, Gil. That man.
That's okay. This is great. This one's not monetized yet.
Okay. Did you read Q's? What her lovely bridesmaid did to her?
Okay.
If she only would have told you, Q, she could have saved you a lot of misery. Gee.
Oh.
Lovely.
One of the boys across the street from us when we were growing up.
We're here,
The
Vitra,
older one
for
was
you.
having problems with his wife. The younger one got married. And at the reception, at some place, the reception stuff, he and the bride snuck off and did the dirty deed before the husband had a chance to do the deed with her.
Oh my gosh! Why didn't she just marry him?
Well,
Was he married?
the older one was still married. 2 months later, he got divorced. About that time, the younger one found out what happened on the wedding night and immediately filed for divorce, and she wound up marrying the older one.
Oh my gosh!
And this has been 20 years, and they're still married.
Wow. Okay. I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, it's as the world turns, so is the days of our lives. The fast and the furious, the young and the restless, and the dumb and the stupid.
Yeah, that's like there in my husband's eyes. Yeah.
Good night, Doris.
Night. Oh, I like your picture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The
Cool.
horse.
Yep, the horse. A horsey with
It's
antlers.
a deer horse. It's a deer and a horse. Diorse. Diorse.
Okay, let me see here. I'm checking something over here just to see what it looks like for the wife coming through. And not this weekend for sure. Winter storm warning for Saturday, Sunday through for
Wow.
Donner Pass. Next Thursday, the following Thursday though, next Thursday, it's sunny. Maybe she'll come that Thursday and come up here.
Oh, that would be nice. I hope so.
Very nice.
Yeah, that you guys get good weather. I almost said good wedding after all this talk about weddings.
Yeah. If she could,
You guys get good wedding.
Yeah. Dang it! I was hoping she was going to be here for the 12th though.
Yeah, Storms, I think you did the right thing there, especially when you described what the daughter was doing. That was, yeah. I'm glad you got out of that. Yeah, right, CR? People must just need to talk. That's okay. That's what these late night shows are for.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but like our shows in our circle.
I think Uncle left. I haven't seen him pop up and say anything.
Yeah. Very spirit, so I seem to track cover broken people. Yeah. Yeah, if you have an empathetic spirit, that happens, Q. I totally hear you. What was nice too is listening to that woman who was talking about that whole difference between forgiveness and trust and reuniting with that person or not reuniting with them. And she was saying like something to that effect, but also those type of people always are like, they want forgiveness immediately. They want it right back to how it was before they like screwed you over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we're the ones that are wrong because we're not giving that to them. It's like, are you serious right now?
All right. There's two comments here, and I know the
what somebody should open.
It's supposed to be Donner Pass, not Dinner Pass.
Okay. Spell check keeps hitting him tonight.
Yeah. So Donner Pass might get eaten at Donner Pass. Donner Pass is the pass over the Sierras where the Donner Party got trapped because they started out too late to go to California.
Ew.
And they wound up having to eat some of each other.
Ew.
Yes.
I didn't know that story. I thought that was just only those people in the airplane that got stranded. These are people that drove?
No, not drove. We're talking wagons.
Oh, ew. Okay.
Yes, this was back then, and they were trapped all winter there. And then, so and so just died. We got meat.
It's gross. So gross.
Yeah, that was
yeah, Storms. Me too.
Yeah. So it's a and talking about opening up a barbecue. That's a pun on that, I think. Yeah. But if it wasn't, if that wasn't a pun on that, just over Donner Pass, you start going down into Truckee. Truckee has a couple really great barbecue places down there.
Yeah, now I do not want barbecue after that conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, back in 1871 or something. Okay.
Yeah. They were fiddle farting around back in Missouri and left too late.
That's awful. That's just awful. Especially given like what my great grandfather used to do. It's like I think of him right away. Like, ew. Like those wagons. Ew.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to touch them after those people were eating people. Be like, fix your own dang wagon. Sorry.
Yeah, well, they all got bogged down in the snow.
So did they all end up dying? Like
no, they didn't. A bunch of them made it. Wow. When people found out what happened, that they were eating the dead, and it was all over the newspapers. A lot of them changed their names and moved again in California.
I bet they did. I'm
and
surprised.
a couple of people that were in the party that survived were well-to-do back east families and had to change their name.
Interesting. Then maybe they didn't mind it so much.
But
the younger kids.
The other white meat.
Yep, a soup. But, I don't blame you, CR. Just stick to soup, even if it's stone soup.
Yeah. The what is it? The
right. That cured my hunger.
Progresso's beef stew soup. The light stuff, 150 calories per can.
Yeah.
Popped one open the other night, poured it out. Where's the meat? Where's the vegetable? Oh, there's the meat and vegetables. It's like
they halved it. What it used to be.
When they made it light, they took a lot of stuff out of it. I mean, it's a lot of broth.
Lovely.
Which, considering we got it on super sale, it wasn't that bad. It's just that
But you could have probably just got a regular can and added water to it.
And made two batches out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ew, dear, no. Warm flesh stew. Ew. I'll have the flesh stew, sir. It's beef stew. I want flesh stew.
Oh, shoot. Gear and Barry, the links over in Courtney in both the mod and the other chat one, both of those.
Yeah, let me see what the other one. I think it's Corky's. It's the one I found it in. Corky's group chat. It's right there.
Yeah.
If you guys have that one.
Yeah.
It's up a ways in the mod chat because we got Cucamonga.
Oh, well, heck. Let me do it this way here.
Got a little crazy.
Facebook.
Good to see you.
And
hopefully we won't get stranded anywhere and have to eat someone. That's what we're talking about.
We are live.
Okay, now it's a hair in my eye. I
Oh,
got those.
There it is.
I don't know where I put them. The wipes that you guys were talking about for glasses. And I put them away so well, I don't know where I put them. Yeah, right. Me too, CR. Although I might get hungry for my peppermint bark that I just made. Woo.
Okay. Somebody, I was putting the link over there on it in Facebook. One of the first thing popped up, for someone's music, is lady standing there holding it. Goes, why do people back into parking spaces? That's simple. If you're in certain parking lots, you don't want to try backing out of it because you're going to get hit. So when you're pulling in, you see where everybody is, you back in so you can pull out safely.
Yeah.
Of course, the ones I see it mostly back in at Sam's and Costco are the ones that want to get the wide door opening where they got into handicap spaces. So they open into the handicap space the hash mark area, so they actually get in and out of their vehicle.
Yeah.
Not everybody has the passenger that's disabled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. True. I know. And with Malachi, I could probably push for a placard, but I don't want to deal with the other people looking at me and going, none of you look like you should have that. They did that to my sister because they couldn't see her hands behind the door. Her arm, her fingers are here, stop here. And she does have a wrist, but like her arm is short and she doesn't have full hands. So she had her arms down and the guy's like giving her crap. And she just went like with her arms so he could see. She's got like one finger on one hand and maybe four on the other. And he was like, how to exit.
Exit stage left as fast as I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I had someone once, because I got 3 bulging discs, 2 protruding discs, 1 flippy floppy disc. The knees have lost most of the cartilage in them. And so I have one. I don't use it all the time, but when I do, and someone was going, when you're moving pretty good, well, I had the cart, so I was resting on the cart while I was walking.
Yeah.
And then I said, oh, wow, you're talking pretty good with someone with a brain disability.
I'm using that if I get a placard. I'm using
that. Go, what do you mean? Obviously, you're stupid. You're beyond stupid.
To make a remark to people, that have that. Exactly. It's like, are you kidding?
Hey, time for exploring. How's it going?
Yeah, because parents with children who have autism the kids are flight risks right there around all those cars. You want to get the closest you can to the stores.
And like Eli, my oldest grandson, he's a sprinter, and stops.
Yeah.
And so it's like out and back, and it's just like Eli, no, hang on to the car door.
Yeah.
While I get your brother put in the car seat with the seatbelt on him.
Yeah, that's so hard. Malachi wouldn't understand that necessarily. I have to hold him.
Exactly, Theodore. And that's the thing with placards. You don't know what the person's disability is.
No.
They may be trying to hide it.
Yep.
Because they're embarrassed about, walking, whatever, with bad knee or whatever. Who was it? One of the guys that worked at DHS had a placard, used it, but when he, in the office, he walked very slow, so you wouldn't see him limping.
Yeah. I totally get that.
Yeah. When my wife is up here, Eli won't go with me. He'll go with my wife, and she'll take him for a walk around the place. And my wife can walk. She power walks is what she does for exercise. So she walks fast.
Yeah.
And so she can keep up with him when he starts to take off and run. And then she gets him back. And when he really wants to run, she'll take him. And if it's not muddy, she takes him out in the field and lets him run in the field.
Why, Janice? Why would they be giving you rude looks if you're getting your mom out?
Oh, well, you can drop her off at the door and go park in a regular parking space.
Oh.
I almost smacked the woman that told someone else that. I said, you can go park at the far side and walk all the way up here then.
Yeah, right.
Hang on here.
Wow. Time for exploring. That's horrible. I don't know if the VA hospital, though, will give you what you need if you're going to go up against.
I made a simple comment on Modern Refugees channel. I did a video today about living frugally. And I made a comment on there about Jeff Smith, the frugal gourmet. He's in the shows with, frugal does not mean cheap. It means it's not being expensive on so you get good stuff, but you don't have to get the cheap crap. Basically is what he was. You spend your money wisely. You live wisely. And I made a comment along that, and everybody's going, "Oh, we used to watch this show all the time." Getting that constantly, and it's like on the comments, all the people that used to watch that show and just totally forgot about it till
wow.
Brought up.
What happened to his show?
His last his show, his big show ended 6 years before he passed away.
Oh.
And he was old. He was an older gentleman, anyways.
Yeah.
What am I talking about? Okay, he was 67, I think it was, when he passed away.
I miss old Alabama Gardner. Thought that guy was going to live forever.
And he he had all these shows and stuff, and he ended the one, and he was writing books at the time.
Yeah.
And
Night, Al.
I'm not sure. Actually,
I thought you left.
Hey, Al.
He's going to bed. Maybe maybe he nodded off.
Yeah.
I've done that with my phone.
I
did that one time, wrenched, and I put somebody in timeout by accident. I fell asleep and somehow pressed the button, put him in timeout. No clue.
All right, everybody, be careful. She's timing out everybody while she snores.
Sorry, guys. I've got peppermint oil. I love this stuff. It helps with my sinuses and my headaches. Wasn't he great, Brenda? He when I was having some of my issues with fibro, he sent me this whole plan of like clearing yeast from the body and how to do it and how it helped him and stuff.
Yeah. And for those that don't know who we're talking about, that's Jeff Smith, the Frugal Gourmet.
Oh, I remember Jeff Smith. Yeah.
Yeah. I stand correct. He died at 65 in Seattle, Washington.
Was it cancer, maybe, that he stopped?
Oh, I'll find out. He was born in Tacoma. That's where my dad's aunt was at.
Yeah, I forgot that him in the show.
He died in his sleep of heart disease at 65.
Oh my gosh, at 65? That seems so young.
Yeah. So these are the books he wrote.
That's terrible. Ungrateful peasant. Yeah, my husband has stuff he's got to take care of on Monday there at the VA. Yeah, when I watched him, it was a long time ago, though. I don't watch a lot of like TV unless it's just HGTV. It's like boring stuff to other people. HGTV and Magnolia Network, and maybe like when the Last Alaskans were on or Alone. I don't watch anything real trendy. Although Courtney got me hooked on The Great, and that was like off the wall and so not historical at all. Not historically accurate, it was not. Took the wife 3 tries. What am I missing? Oh, gee. What happened? I gotta go all the way back. I missed something from LG.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, because she needs oxygen, they don't think she deserves to be out. That's ridiculous. It's great that you can get her out. Where to begin? My brother couldn't go out once he was on oxygen. He really... I take that back. Him and my mom once a week would go and get or once a month, would go and get his medication. And I'd get like a latte at McDonald's, and it was like the highlight of his week. That, and when Dad brought home Ling Ling, I think they're called, at Costco, those dumplings. And he would make those and be so happy for a while. Oh, I hope you get through, LG. That was her interview for, I think, disability.
Yeah.
That I missed that she was talking about. Yeah, that's what's hard too with like people who have fibro or chronic fatigue. It's not really recognized yet as an autoimmune disease like others. They think it is, but they haven't classified it. At least we're not all crazy now, the ones that have it. They used to think it was in our head. Until men started to get it. And then they realized, oh, it's not just in women's heads. Men are getting it. Crazy medical stuff. The amount the attorney can charge as well. Oh, I didn't know that, P2E. You capped them out when they're getting that, helping you get it.
Yeah.
What happened there, Storm? Did you just nod off too? Does that mean something that I don't know?
The cat types nonsense. Oh, I see it right above it a little bit. The hashtag.
Yeah.
I wonder what those hashtags were about.
Are you kidding, Brenda? She said she has lupus and can't get disability. How many times did you try? Because they always turn you down. Like the first 2 times is what I've heard. It really does sometimes just take a lawyer to go in there and
Yeah, I see a lawyer. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, here, it's approved.
Yeah, right, LG, not just hysteria. We women are not just having hysteria. We were actually having heart attacks back then. Your wife has it, and it's been linked to Gulf War syndrome. Was she over there in Grateful Peasant? Like, how would she get that? Because I thought that was just the men and women in uniform who got that. Interesting. P2 aired. Oh, wonderful, Tibor. Yeah, the back. If they can get that, the retroactive.
Oh, yeah.
Comes with it from the first time that they applied. Oh, she did. Oh, wow. Okay. God bless her. Well, I wasn't in, so I think mine came actually from an antibiotic, set it off early. We have it in the family, so there's some sensitivities to things, but there's a family of antibiotics that they did not put or would not put a black box warning on. And after enough people lost their ability to walk and things like that, they finally did. They got sued and finally put a black box warning on it. And a lot of people know it as Levaquin and that family of drugs. So I can't like do Cipro. And I used to have to do up to Levaquin for, I had to get sinus surgery. So I was getting like sinus infections chronically and they wouldn't go away because my piping was messed up. But taking those antibiotics for it messed me up even more. Just awful.
Yeah, I just
Cute. Yes, it is in the movies. I forget that movie where they have the doctors outside doing that to women. What the heck? And the husband walks, it's Matthew Broderick, and walks right up on them like, what are you doing to my wife? It's a
something you should be doing.
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, Don. Got WD Glock and Roll in the house now. Yes, so Ungrateful Peasant and his wife were both veterans.
Yeah. And he said it manifests as lupus or fibromyalgia. Wow. Huh. Well, definitely fibromyalgia. If that stuff was neurotoxic, yep, that'll set off fibromyalgia. Same thing with lupus. Oh. It'll set off your system, going back at your system, trying to get rid of it. Wait, what? Oh, God bless you, LG. I hope you get out of your situation that you've told us about.
Yeah.
Make sure you take enough water with you, even if it's a short trip. Or at least something to filter water with. I don't know if you're bugging out actually, or just you've got your bug out bag to get out of there, to get to somewhere else safe. Man, we all go through stuff. Tibor! Women faked it in the 1890s due to the method of treatment. That's too much. Oh, I'm feeling hysterical. I need to go visit my doctor again. Dear, you're going 3 times a week. I was thinking of 4, so 3 is actually not bad.
Oh, cute.
Too much.
And her water filter.
Good girl.
Take water and water filter. Okay.
Just in case, yeah. You've got it. Take it.
Okay. I just read what Tibor said to Wayne about the
storms. Too funny. CB, is she here? Puka always walks in at a weird time. I think it happens to everybody at least.
Yep, she's up there.
Our groups.
Yeah. I missed that because I was laughing at the comment right above it was cues about I might be one of those women. And I missed CB coming in.
Yeah, Tibor, I heard the same thing about the oil fires and also, I guess, tires. They were burning tires and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like smoke screen and make them sick, really make our soldiers sick.
Yeah.
How many there? Wow, that's nuts. That's so crazy. That's awful. Ungrateful peasant that you guys are subjected to that. How are your lungs from that, though? If it causes fibro or things like fibro and lupus, I'd be more concerned with if your lungs were able to renew or a lot of cancers develop from that.
Yeah.
Because I know firefighters, too, deal with that, with lung cancer. So.
The firefighters after 9/11 were just, oh, man.
Oh, that
all that, and you know, anybody exposed to all that dust from when the buildings came down.
Yeah. Yep. No, horrible. And then working among that stuff, too. Day in and day out. That's sad. It's just awful. Storms, that's what he said. Yep. It's always a weird time with... No, the guy said it's always a wild time with you, Q. Not weird. Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the kids that was in my youth group, I was a youth leader. He went on to be on the Navy. Those ships with the planes.
Yeah,
sorry. Brain just went into slow mode on me.
And my nephew was in the Navy, and he had bad asthma, but he was able to get a waiver.
Yeah.
They had a medical treatment for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he got his asthma was traced to his dad being sprayed on several times with Agent Orange over in Vietnam.
Oh my!
And John went, and so he went in as a reserve. He got into the reserves. Well, the unit he got into was a bunch of mechanics working on the F-14s down at Lemoore Naval Air Station. And so he was reserved down there for a reserve mechanic that was full time. He was called a TAR, a temporary active reserve. And he, for 20 years, he was fully active the entire time, but he was still classified as a reserve. So he had to spend, a very minuscule amount of time out on ship. But he, he was, since he was always on the land and stuff, to help keep him off the ship, he would sign up for more classes, more naval classes, working on this component or working on that component at F-14. I mean, he wound up knowing he could practically build one. He knew all the components on it, worked on it because he was just keeping off the ship by taking more classes.
An airframes troubleshooter. I'm amazed at how many people are just even around, had jobs or served around airplanes that we meet on YouTube.
Yeah. I
know my dad wanted to fly, but he was too short or something back in World War II. And also he wore glasses, so they wanted them to have really great eyesight. Yeah, Tibor, it's doing that with my friend's dad. It gave him colon cancer that he's been fighting for years and years.
Yeah, Don, my cousin's husband, he passed away. Oh, geez, what is it now? 4 years ago. But his son John, the tar, he's fun. I used to tease him so bad. Oh, you're a tar baby, huh? For those that don't remember, Song of the South from Disney.
Yeah. Oh,
and
dear.
I gave him a bad time about that. And
that was the whole thing today. Didn't you see that? Or the story about that? Song of the South? Yeah. They're closing down a ride because of that movie. Because a ride, Splash Mountain, references that movie.
Yeah, Splash Mountain's all about the movie.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
They're closing it down. They're
it's like
redoing the whole thing for Tiana. I can understand that one a little bit, though. Like, we've aged out of where that kind of, we know it wasn't all fun and games. It's a shame.
When I was watching it, it wasn't promoting.
Yeah.
It was almost like an expose, but it's promoting. No, it was an expose. It was saying this is the way it was.
Yeah. I guess they made it too lighthearted. It didn't show.
That's why they were trying. They were trying.
They make it like Roots, so
Yeah.
But I can't say how that feels to see that because I'm not them. So
yeah,
I get it from both sides, but it's like that's the whole thing. Like, oh, Disney's caving to being woke. Hello, they're woke already.
They've been woke for a while since
what's her name? For a while.
Since what's her name went in there and took over.
I don't know what's her name.
I can't remember. But yeah, it went. I mean, they had a lot of actors quit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they go. No, we don't want to work with her. Sorry, we can get jobs elsewhere. And a lot of other staff just all walked out of Disney.
Wow. Oh, is she the one that was like they're going to queerify everything on that call? Yeah, she was a dip.
Yeah.
Trying to pull that.
Yeah. And we're going to concentrate just on women heroes now.
Yeah. Or America, the hero who has two moms that I saw in that one movie. I was like, oh, okay. There's no woke agenda in this movie at all. Hours a day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful, Duncan. I just saw your comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I just thought.
Time for exploring. Everybody needs help who served. Yeah.
They don't can. They bought jars and food. Let me see a few cans.
Ugh, Tibor, that poor man. Sucks. Oh my goodness, we drink out of like mason jars for water, and we have for a while. Theron actually pulled glasses that I had unpacked from my parents that were glasses.
Yeah.
He's like, "What is this?" What is this? A water glass, dear. We're moving on up.
ACB, it looks like, yeah. So you did the canning and she let you keep some of the food. Cool.
That's a cool, yeah. That's cool, Cradle. I would like to have a friend like that, CB. Like you.
Yeah.
So they can break me in with my canner and stuff.
Everything.
Right.
Things,
Yeah, Tibor, that's awful.
No shortage of things you can volunteer for and get volunteered to do or voluntold to do.
Yeah. Voluntold.
I need 6 volunteers. You, and you. These two already raised their hand.
Yeah, that was terrible, Debsy. Oh, I didn't know you had a cousin that was a Navy SEAL. Wow. I watched Navy SEAL that does workouts on Instagram.
Oof. That must have sucked. Got caught twice.
That would totally suck. Twice. I had friends that when I was young, real young, that their dad was a POW and he would come in and talk to the class. And they were like, those kids were real quiet. Like the way they behave, like looking back, makes me think that he brought stuff home with him and kind of might have been abusive, just the way the kids behaved. But who knows? He might have just been, had PTSD. And that's all it was. Just,
Well, still,
erratic behavior is what I mean. It wasn't beating, like they weren't getting hit, but it was emotional.
Yeah.
Watching their dad go through that, maybe.
Yeah. My cousin Jay, I have to say probably my favorite cousin. He's 11 years older than I am, and we used to, as a teenager, before he went over. I was a teenager. He was over. We would play games and stuff. Strategy games all the time. And when he came back, he was not the same that way. He was everyone called him a teddy bear. I mean, the guy was 6'6".
Yeah.
And big and just kind of high, just
lovable.
Yeah. And when he came back, he was when he came back, he got married. He married his childhood sweetheart. That lasted about 4 years. And I'm not sure if she asked for the divorce or he asked her if she wanted one. Because it was an amicable divorce. It was like, okay, I'm not good for you.
Yeah.
And so they got divorced and everything else. But his daughter Tara said he never ever raised a hand to her.
Good.
But she saw that he was hurting all the time.
Yeah. I think my daughter has seen that with me. Whether it's physical or emotional stuff the last 7 years. So I'm hoping for that 8th year of Jubilee where it all renews. Yeah. Oh, your ex was in Desert Storm, Hugo? Wow. Yeah. It's so hard. They just see too much. or go through too much. So quickly, too. It happens in an instant over there. And they're traumatized.
Ooh, neat.
Ooh, need to take this off. Sorry, I'm not
Harbor
stripping.
Freight just sent me a no exclusions 25% off coupon.
Wow.
Usually they have exclusions off of air compressors and stuff. You can use them on those. No exclusions.
No exclusions.
25% off. No exclusions. 25% off any one single item.
Where? What?
Not
For
much
your
I want to get though. Huh?
grocery store? What? Where is it?
Harbor Freight.
Oh, Harbor Freight. I thought you said, ooh, meat.
No, I said, oh, neat.
I'm like, wow, 25% off meat? That's awesome.
Actually, I get 25% off the meat at Sam's Club if I get in there before 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Because they will mark down some of the meat at 25% off to move it while it still has a day or two left on it.
When is that? On Thursday?
Every day.
Oh. Huh.
I go in there, and some days I got to be in there like 15 minutes after they open if I want to catch any of it.
I'm not the only one. CR and Gear heard you say meat. Okay. It's not just me. I mean, hot flush.
Get the wax out of your ears, guys. Yeah. That's what my mom used to say all the time.
Maybe it was just the signal like glitched right at that moment. I don't know.
No, you're all hungry. You're thinking food. That's why.
I definitely was thinking of meat earlier because I'm like, okay, now that we're not doing butcher box, how am I gonna? I don't want to go through. If I go through what I have, I want to make sure that I put it back, but restock. But it's like Whole Foods level, farm to table stuff. That's not.
That's what I like about being up here in Idaho. Mm-hmm. The Sam's Club up here, 90% of the meat they sell is locally grown.
That's awesome.
So
that's really
it's
awesome.
like,
Tuborg. I was getting. Sorry. That's awesome. Yeah, we don't. They do have some that's listed as from Florida. That's grass-fed beef that I've seen.
I was in a container. Ooh.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Were you burned?
The person above me leaked 400 gallons of jet fuel on me from the flight deck into it.
Oh my gosh.
From the cracking. From the crack in the.
Doesn't jet fuel burn people?
It's kerosene with chemicals added to it.
Love you, honey. Saying good night to my daughter.
My nephew, my cousin's son, when he was on the couple times he was on ship, he said that where they stuck him at, because these were reserves. Mm-hmm. He says when they looked up, they could see that thing that opens up, that lifts up behind the jets. And it's like, oh, great. And so they got practically no sleep.
Yeah. That's awful time. I guess so. You were like a human torch. Or a bomb. Would you be like a bomb? Because would it ignite that quick? And cause like combust underneath there?
Out where a crew member, where crew members were smoking.
Yeah, scary. I hope everything is great for you, Huga. You got what you need. Good bill of health, honey. You had to crawl out of a 2-foot hatch after that? Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wondering what that meant. If you were
2-foot hatch.
rescued people in a fuel tank and spell check put it as resumes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't they just take the mole? Is that, or are they just popping up and they have to just keep taking them, Hugo? I missed the.
Yeah.
Did Hugo, did you already go through like melanoma treatment, or did you have that already? Is that why they're testing you? Your blood? If I can ask. Definitely prayers for good results. Yeah, my dad had bladder cancer at the end of his life with ALZ, and I saw his death certificate and they actually listed it. They had removed some of it, I guess, out of his bladder, which made him go to the bathroom a lot more, but he never complained about pain. And my dad didn't anyway. He just pressed through everything pretty much. So now I wonder if he was not able to say that he was in pain. Oh gosh, okay. Praying, honey. Definitely praying. Yeah, I've got to get a skin screening just from living in Florida and doing stupid stuff when I was young, like laying on tin foil and spraying myself with Pam before prom. I got sun poisoning the next day, but I looked really lobster tannish for prom night. So at that age, I achieved my goal.
Mm-hmm.
But I had that rash across my chest and was like, what is this? The next day. My mom's like, that's sun poisoning, dear. You basically baked yourself. I'm like, yeah, I guess I did. I sprayed Pam on myself. And then nothing. Let's see, it's have collateral.
Maybe also
Two to 5 other full-time jobs. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, awful. Yuck. Oh, that does not sound like a great one. Eating poor big fish. It sounds yummy. Oh my gosh. It's too funny. Yeah, I probably would have had a little lemon in my hair too, Tibor. It's crazy.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh. Totally burnt up. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I hope it didn't, Huga. Oh my. Definitely praying for you, girl.
Yeah.
My
Wow.
pastor's wife went through that. They removed the thyroid, and she's still here with us and doing good. The only thing is I think some of the treatments gave her it's not fibro. It's the one that it's a nerve disease basically, or yeah, it's bad. Like she'll just spasm, and she spasms so bad she bruises. It's kind of like people get it in their face too. With the
Twitches.
nerve, it's a
Just start.
suicide disease. It's kind of like that, but in her whole body. Can't remember.
Oh, LG said cucumbers on your eyes too.
No cucumbers. Nope, no cucumbers on the eyes. That's hilarious. No, but you remember back then it would be like, I didn't have baby oil and iodine, so it was Pam. That was all I had available. I was like, oh, I know. Mom's got Pam. I'll just spray that on myself. I was a genius. Yep. Yeah, for garnish.
And how did it come off?
Yeah. Yep. Oh. Oh my. Do you do like keto or anything for that? Since you're high cancer risk, like cutting out all the sugar? It's like, oh, it'd be so hard. I should just start doing it now. There's a high risk for cancer for women like later on who just had their gallbladder out because you stop absorbing the vitamins that you need. And there's a lot of them that end up with breast cancer.
Now,
It's
I
scary.
thought I heard a few years back
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people were getting their gallbladders taken out when they did. They were being convinced to get their gallbladders taken out when they should not have had them taken out.
I agree. Yeah. They could have given me medication. Now I know. I think it was available then to dissolve the sludge that basically was in my gallbladder. And the sludge was there because I did another stupid thing. It wasn't really that stupid because this is what they were broadcasting then. It was a calorie is a calorie. So I was like, well, shit, if a calorie is a calorie, I'm having cheesecake for dinner. I'm having desserts. And I'll skip dinner. Well, apparently, when you raise your blood sugar so high, you can get sludge for, yeah. So, but yeah, they took it out because he said it was sludge and my gallbladder was not opening and closing properly. So maybe I would have needed it out anyway. I don't know. Yeah, that is tough to go through when it keeps coming back. I hope it stops giving. Keep going. Just keep swimming, Luca.
Yeah.
Passamaquoddy, you're just a freak of nature. You've also had a stroke and you keep smoking. I want to shake you. Just want to, woman. But you're no different than a lot of other people I've seen. They're like, I want to live the way I want to live, and oh, that's wonderful. You've been cancer free for 3 years. That's great. Yeah. She obviously has T-Bor because she's still here. Golly.
Yeah.
Been through a lot.
I take selenium
Oh.
to keep my skin from reacting to sign from the lupus.
Wait a minute. What does your skin do with that the selenium helps, Duncan? I'm just curious. Yeah, it's true. Ungrateful present. I said something like that, but not the P word to my daughter. It's not for weaklings, basically. I think you get like
Wimps was the one I always heard it for.
What was it?
Wimps.
Wimps. Yeah, ain't for wimps. It's true. No, we want you here to be live, Passamaquoddy. And now it seems like your daughters and granddaughters.
Wayne.
Damn.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Did he happen to have cows and a cow stanchion? Just asking for a friend.
Oh.
Breaking out the Amish sex furniture over Grandpa's. What is this chair, Grandpa? Never you mind. Grandma likes it, though. Hey, Pop-Up, why you guys got to swing in your room? I want to swing in my room, too. Nope. Just for us. When you get older, you can have one, too. Okay, you broke out from the sun. Oh, all right. Is it like the butterfly? or is it just all over? I'm just curious because my skin reacts differently now too. And some people call fibro the pre-lupus. Oh my gosh, right, Tibor? I've seen that at the ER. It's like, what the? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that would be my brother. He used to sneak out back and do that. Sneak out back and take a cigarette. Yep. Great minds think alike, Q. Or at least our silly, pervy ones do. There you go, Hugo. Wait, your mom likes Amish sex furniture, Janice? Hold on. You must be referring to something else. My side chat just isn't right. Wait a minute. Can't get it. It's not letting me scroll up either. It wants to move the whole thing. Where did it go? I just saw Duncan, what she said about P word. Oh my goodness. Tough enough to push out a baby. Yep, we are tough, aren't we? I don't. Oh, LG, you're so sweet. There you go. Yeah, I just saw that. Time for exploring. What are the long-term effects? Good. Oh, yeah. Ew, it ruptured during surgery, Debs? Ew. Yeah, the sugar will make your fatigue worse. But also not being able to absorb vitamins properly. All over and just, okay, I'm going to look for that when I go out in the sun. What it looks like, how it's breaking out. Oh, time for exploring. I'm sorry.
I heard Courtney going, "You guys."
Yep. Or she snorted and put her head down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Of all these stories, I'm glad I didn't go in the military.
I know, right? I'm totally, yeah, I'm good. Gosh, my poor husband, they put him in Colorado. He was a Florida boy most of his life. He was born in Washington, but they lived the rest of all his life. They came down here. They shipped him off to Colorado and doing winters in Colorado outside. He's like, I never want to see snow ever again, ever. And getting bit by a brown recluse too, like didn't help during that time. The little spider was just trying to get warm in your jacket. That's all. Oh, I bet Ungrateful Peasant it is. Especially you guys should like message each other and compare notes and help each other with that. Both get stuff coming to you if you can get it. Okay. Cute, too much. Passamaquoddy, that was my dad would get gout and his favorite was shrimp, but my mom kept making it over and over again, and I was like, you gotta give him a break. He could be in pain and he won't tell us. That was her, like, oh well, he's not gonna be able to eat it when he's dead. And I'm like, yeah, but he might feel like dying if you keep it for him. Because he can't tell you he's in pain. till it like blows up and you notice like how bad it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
The brown recluse is one spider I don't want to run into.
yeah.
Black widows, I don't have any problem with. I inherited my dad's resistance to them.
Mm-hmm.
All I get is like a cold. It's symptoms like a cold, a little runny nose, feeling a little down for a day. Next day, I'm fine.
Sorry, I thought I had something down my shirt. Talking about spiders, and of course, I feel like there's something went down my shirt. Yeah, no. Yeah, they're everywhere now where to begin. They used to be in just certain areas, but they've migrated all over the place, I think. Like made their territory much larger.
The way people move and pack up stuff, and
yep. And they like boxes.
Mm-hmm.
All gross things like to go inside the cardboard and lay eggs and stuff. Yeah, they do stuff.
Or some people take their plants from out in the yard. They pick up the pot with the lip. They don't look under the lip, make sure no spiders and bugs. They put it in the truck and they go with it. And
or they put it in their house.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those snap-on bottoms that I couldn't unsnap it and look. It migrated down my shirt. Cute, too funny.
Male spider, the four puncture.
My dog does too, Passamaquoddy. She lets us know when there's a spider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it make you sick?
Thank you, LG, for throwing that in there.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get it from here. I don't think I can. No, I have to go over to YouTube.
You should be able to highlight it and then copy and paste.
Oh, I didn't try that. I'm already subscribed. Sorry, time for exploring. I guess I haven't been over in a while. Gee whiz. I haven't been over in a while to a lot of places or even made my own videos. Unless they're shorts. Yours caught a mouse last night? Wow. Yeah, our little girl alerts us to stuff. Wow. Yeah, it's weird because they like that cold weather for some reason. It's so strange. Oh, gross. It was a quarter-size hole and it drained for weeks. Nasty. Did she lose that area of her skin and stuff? Or anything else? My first name's Carol. Time for exploring. Everybody just calls me Fishes. You can call me either. I'm sure I've been called worse. Oh, no, thank you. What? I don't want to ever move to Tennessee. And we have plenty of snakes. I just don't.
Like when I lived down in Southern California, it was the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, not them either. We have all of them, but thankfully, maybe that's maybe why God hasn't allowed me to get agricultural land here. It's protecting us from all the snakes that are out there because they are out west. The cottonmouths are out in the waters out there. Because the same kid that joined the Navy that was on the airship, him and his brother, when they would have flooding out near his grandmother's place out west, him, his brother, and his dad would go out there and chop them.
Yep.
Chop and drop cottonmouths. Yeah. Because they would just come out of the canals and everything, get into up near her house.
The wrong one. Where is it? All of a sudden, it started everybody the comments and the one I wanted to click on.
No, you may not call me baked fish. I'm not that baked. It's like the first year I've ever used that stuff in my life, so I'm not baked. Even though I baked myself in the backyard years ago, I've recovered. Sort of, kind of. Maybe. I don't know, Sierra. It depends on how you put it in a sentence. I might let you get away with it. Yeah, I dislike them highly too. That's why you have to have the ones that are non-venomous and keep those in your yard so it doesn't get an imbalance and you end up with the others.
One of the times I rented the Bobcat that had the rotavator on the front, and I was tailing over across the street.
Mm-hmm.
As I was going along, I get the voles and the field mice, out and stuff and doing things, and if I was going nice and slow, and they start running in front of me, and I speed up, and,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't those critters, just get in the house and just cause problems, but.
Yeah.
Then I found when I would see the garter snake, I'd slow down, let the garter snake. Sometimes I had rocks and I throw little rocks out there. No, don't go straight, go sideways where I don't run you over.
Yeah.
I actually saw a rattler out there one time when I was doing it. It's the only rattler anybody's seen in town because it was sitting there. He turned around and went. So I think, really, you gonna do that at me? Oh, small pieces of rattlesnake.
Yeah, nice mulch. Good mulch for the ground.
Back and forth a couple times, make sure it was turned in, make sure I got the head chopped up and buried.
Yes, gross. You can hear a rattlesnake, but not a spider. True, time for. Although no, they're learning.
I've heard that about the black rat snakes. They
do.
But then they'll also get into the chicken coop and eat the eggs. Yes. They love eggs.
Yeah. I forget who was moving one of those. They were trying to get it to get out of their chicken coop. It was a big rat snake.
Was it Stringfield Ridge?
No, I don't think so. But they might have had one too. Her name's Jen, I think. Good Times with something, Jen. Was it?
Yeah.
She plays the guitar.
I
think her name's Jen. Anyway, they had it. It was a big old snake, and it was like crawling in between the layers of her. They do that. Yeah. But that wasn't like as bad as that Australian brown. Did you ever see that on what's his name? The big channel down there in Australia.
Yeah.
He had a big venomous brown snake and he didn't know it. And he saw it on video because he had a video on his, and he saw himself walking out and then he saw the snake and he was like, oh my gosh, I could have been killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too many close calls. No, thank you. Cliff parts of our property during the peak winter months. Oh, really? The winter months? What? Go on the wooden.
Yeah.
The deep winter months, dude. What? Where do they hide? Where to begin? What do you mean? We don't know. The lower parts, like, do they gather all in like a pit? Like they say, like a viper pit?
Yeah.
Yeah, the rat snakes and king snakes are good. And we have those, they're endangered. Indigo, I think. Called something like that. Big black snake too. But it's got like a purpley sheen in the sun. Bluish purplish. Killed some of my baby ducks. Oh, you caught it in the act. That's awful, Brenda. I'm sorry. I hate that stuff. Nature can be so mean sometimes. That was like that crow that picked one up right in front of me, and then I watched it kill it on the top of a post. saw it just peck it to death. I was like, you awful crow. Mimi. Poor mama ducks down here. We have the wild Muscovies, which are invasive, but I love it when they have babies anyway. But she'll start out with a lot of little ducklings, and like just even 2 days later, you see her and she's got 2 left. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, mama. I don't blame you, Duncan. I would have done the same thing. In a like heated rage for doing that to my ducklings. Oh, okay. They move slower. You just don't see them. So you're more apt to accidentally, you mean step on one? Yikes.
Mm.
I think they're planning a meetup in the side chat over here.
Hey!
That'd be awesome.
Makes me happy.
But it would be in Tennessee. You got to drive quite a way.
Yeah, time for exploring. My wife is still in California till our 5-year plan got extended to 7 years when we bought the second place here. So, but yeah, I mean, it's like what goes on in California with these idiots. That's why we got out. I mean, we love the weather's nice, good for gardening and everything else, but they're making it so hard. They were adding tax in retirees. They were doubling the tax on retirees.
What?
Oh, you guys got too much money.
Oh my gosh, what? That's messed up. That's just messed
and
up.
My wife says, we're not retiring here.
No.
And now, because they've made California so toxic to good people, they're trying to pass a law so they can tax people that leave California, calling it an exit tax.
Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
California's so messed up. That's just messed up. It just is going to turn into one big Hollywood as far as the quality of people.
Yeah. I hate to say it, I almost wish that the erroneous thing that part of California is going to fall into the ocean, because it's actually lifting up with every earthquake. It would be nice. All right, that stuff can just go.
Yeah. If LA and San Francisco just fell in. Yeah. And just left all the land that grows our food, I'm okay with that. Definitely okay with that.
Yeah,
it's bad, I know. Yeah. It's really bad. But it's 2 a.m. here, Gil. I'm gonna
and it's now midnight here, so the midnight ride has reached here, and I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Carol, for coming up here and talking with us, and thank you everybody in the side chat and for sharing and helping each other and supporting each other. And so tomorrow, no one leave yet. Tomorrow on Camp Patton Family Compound at 10 o'clock Eastern, I have Ben Gilmore from Minuteman Prep. It's his YouTube channel. PortablePowerSolar.com is his company. He's coming on to talk about power stations, solar panels, everything you need. For what you say what you need, he'll tell you about what you need and everything else for. You say, I just want a refrigerator and a thing. I want to keep that going. He'll tell you what you need and explain which are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones for power stations / solar generators. And we're going to talk about that for about an hour tomorrow night. And then we're going to continue it Tuesday back on Grayman Preppy for Tactical Tuesday. So if you have any questions about it, fire off an email to me. Email's down in the bottom, and I will get it to Ben so he can be prepped to start answering questions. Kaylin already did. Kaylin sent photos of the 2 little ones she had.
Oh, cool.
And I forwarded them to Ben, and Ben goes, yeah, she needs to get different ones. But
wow, cool, Hugo.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Stay safe. Stay prepped.
Wow,
keep a smile on your face.
Try to, yeah.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye, everybody.